Hello everyone, my name is Anna. I'm 21. Everything started when I chose Moda Humanities program in Paris because I knew I was going to study abroad for one semester, and here I am right now in New York City. But New York City seems so big and so wild that I I don't know, being alone on my own without anyone was a little scary. But then I thought that's the perfect occasion to discover the city, right? So basically, my experience started right before I flew to New York. So I wanted to talk about luck, hazard, or destiny, karma, whatever you want to call it. Because beginning of January, I was still in Thailand for some vacations and nothing was done. I didn't have my visa, I didn't have my flights booked, I didn't have an accommodation ready, and I thought that would be okay. In the end, I was a little scared, but the first thing I did when I arrived in Paris is I opened the doors of my apartment. I left the luggages. I opened my MacBook because, of course, I wanted to detox, so I didn't have it with me. And I started to fill the forms for the visa. I was really, really lucky because I actually got an appointment the day after at the American Embassy in Paris. So I actually met a few of my classmates there who actually booked the appointment 10 days before me. So yes, I was very lucky. So visa was done, and then afterwards I had to book my flight. And then where was I going to sleep in New York? So nowadays we know how digital is everywhere, and this has been very useful to me because I started to message people I know in Paris if they knew anyone in New York City because I didn't want to just go and have roommates that I don't know and that I've never seen before. One who actually helped me find an apartment was the person who I least expected her to be able to help me. Well, you know how this can be very random? Well, I was very happy, and in just a few days, everything was set and I was ready to go. So, after a few days, after a few weeks, after a month, I started to meet a lot of people, whether through friends or through my blog. And I always had this idealized image of the United States. And I don't know, something very positive and everything that surrounds the American dream, basically. Long story short, I got offered an internship here after 1 month, and I was very, very excited because it was unexpected. Well, I arrived in New York and I thought about the internship I was going to do at the end of the semester, but then I didn't know anybody here. So I was really convinced that at the end of the semester I was going back to Paris and get back to my normal life or just my Parisian routine. Well, basically I met this guy at a birthday party, and he works for an agency, and we just started to talk about luxury. And as my blog is on luxury, this is a field that really interests me because we gotta think about the definition of luxury, the real meaning of luxury. If I actually ask you what does luxury mean to you, you're gonna have a different answer than the person sitting next to you. So we started talking about that, and then design, and yes, basically that's it. Just a normal conversation when you get to know somebody. And we added each other on Facebook a few days later, and then I remember that I was on my way to Washington, D.C., And I got this message from him saying, okay, my boss would like to meet you if you're interested for an internship. So I was reading the message and I was really surprised because we didn't talk about that, and I was excited at the same time. So we ended up setting an appointment with the boss, and when I arrived, I had my resume ready for her, but she started the conversation saying, Anna, I've been struggling to set up this appointment because I really, really wanted to meet you, and I don't need your resume because I know everything about you. I was like, okay, that's a little scary, but isn't it the world we live in? I mean, it is so digitalized that we can know somebody by just looking at all the different social media platforms, right? So she probably checked my LinkedIn account. She definitely checked my blog because she talked about this. And yes, this is what happens. Is this luck, chance, or just destiny? I don't know, but at the end of the interview, I was really, really happy, and I was actually a little lost because I wasn't expecting this at all. So open yourself to others and go meet the world, because it's not behind a computer that you're gonna meet new people and have actual real conversation, interact with humans. And yes, I think I could talk about my New York experience for hours and hours, but that would be one thing that was really, really striking to me, because I'm gonna be living in New York for the next month, maybe the next year, and who knows?